6 months ago, I got underneath the chassis of our motorhome and applied this Lanoguard Easy Underbody and Rust Protection System. It's fairly simple to apply. After cleaning the chassis with a brush and a jet wash, it's just a matter of spraying it. I want to get underneath and take a look at see what it looks like now. A few months ago, we had an MOT. It passed with a few advisories. But a year before that, before I applied Lanoguard, I had a few advisories here. It says corrosion to chassis next to body mounts, but not excessive. Suspension component mounting prescribed area is corroded, but not considered excessive. Offside front in a wheel arch. Now, the last MOT after I applied Lanoguard, probably 4 months after I applied it, it doesn't say that at all, in fact, which I'm really pleased about. Now, what does this mean though? It doesn't mean that Lanoguard's actually fixed rust, built it all up to make it look better, but of course it has improved the look of it and got rid of that rust, converted it possibly, I don't know. Let's have a look. Well, as you can see, I'm now underneath the motorhome. So first impressions are that it's quite grubby. It's very dirty. It comes off of my fingers. And that was purely because we've been, obviously driving around in it. We've driven around Ireland and a few other places when it was raining and, dirt and whatnot. So, I wasn't expecting it to be glistening clean like when I finished putting the Lanoguard on. But it looks very similar, if not just now dry, totally dry. Before, when I finished it, a few weeks after that, in fact, it was still slightly wet. I could just touch it with my finger and I could tell that it hadn't been dried properly. But now it's totally dry and it's just very dirty, very dusty. But let's have a look around a few other places, see what we can see. So here we have no rust. It does look very clean. Oh, there's a little bit of rust along here, but I mean, I dabbed the grease on that. But it does look, that's the dirt coming off of my fingers. Under here, we've just got a few spots where it started rusting due to the paint coming off or the manufacturing underbody sealant. But yeah, you can see that nothing's changed. It looks fine actually. Looks like how I left it before. Now this I remember being a bad spot. This is very rusty around here. Hadn't holed, of course. It's just ever so slightly sticky, but that is because I applied the grease to this point here. And let's just have a look underneath there as well. I would definitely retreat this area since it was a bad spot in the first place. And the back there. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking very good. Up here, of course, just got some places where the paint, the original sealant had come off, but they're looking fine. Yeah, all looking good to me. On the rear of the chassis, it just looks dirty, which is fine by me. I don't mind dirt. This was a bad area as well. I noticed, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little bit of flaking paint, but I don't, that could have been there when I prepped it. All looking good. It is all looking good. So now I'm behind the rear wheel, the driver's side. That's the offside. And this is where we have a few things going on. We got the this is our grey waste outlet here, or the handle. This is the pipe for it, and our boiler is just above here, so we've got all these tubes coming out. Now all this was cleared off when I worked on this 6 months ago, but as you can see, it is really grubby under here. Not as bad as it was mine, but it's still caked in dirt. So this is a really bad place for dirt to gather. but I don't see any signs of rust or anything. That's wood up there, so we ain't got to worry about that. But the metal parts is the only parts we're really interested in, such as this here. In fact, this was this hasn't changed colour. This, when I sprayed this turned black. Let's take a look at the outriggers. We're still at the back wheel, but we're in front of it this time. This is one of the outriggers. This holds the chassis onto the body of the motorhome. As you can see, that nut there, which looks really quite clean. I mean, it's gunked up with the Lanoguard though, but I mean, it still doesn't look rusty or anything. Now, this is the thing that was part of the MOT. It looks like, well, from the MOT point of view, I've made it better. The Lanoguard has made it better. It's not such a slightly rusty spot anymore. I'm not saying that we've covered it up, because I haven't. You can definitely tell that that is metal there. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Now on the other side of the motorhome, this is the passenger side, the near side, we got some more outriggers. These ones look a bit worse. So there's this one here, which is looking really good. And then, of course, yeah, it's just dirt. Look at that. So I can see it. You won't be able to pick it up on the camera, but it's coming off. What I should have done, really, is jet washed it. But I'm in storage, so I haven't got access to any water. This is the other one. Looks like it's been there for ages. And the other one is all the way over there somewhere. But it's just dirty. Dry and dirty, that's all I could say. And I'll be quite happy to get the hose to it, or jet wash, and wash it all off, and then just well, wash off the dirt, I should say, and then just reapply it, which won't take very long. What's going on here? Yeah, see, this is lifting off here. That's just a bit of the old body sealant. But underneath though, it looks fine. Right, so we're at the front now, and just want to look at this. This is this area failed the MOT a few years ago. Needed some welding. This jacking point needed to be removed, and all this round here needed to be welded. You can see it was dirt. Must have been when we got stuck in that field, when it chucked it down. In fact, that was our first trip of the year, if I remember. Yeah, we got stuck in the field. Look at all this dirt. It's just all, it's horrible, nasty. All right, so around the other side of that jacking point, looks like that. It's looking good, if dirty still. Here, along there was all this. The paint had come off at that point, and it was just bare metal. And look at it now, it looks really quite good. It doesn't look bad at all. So this is one of the areas mentioned in the advisories from last year's MOT, or the last but one MOT. It's looking good still. All around here looked a bit rusty. This needed attention, so that's all been done, and it looks really good. Very good. And up there, can you see up there? That looks good as well, very good. So now we're looking at the front near side, that's the passenger side, and again it's the same really. It's kind of just looks very grubby. This was a dodgy spot just here, but that's looking fine. There you go. Up there as well is looking good. It's all looking okay. And this side looks fine as well. Not so bad this side than it is the other. So just had a thought. Some of you out there may be thinking, well, Lanoguard, why have you got to apply it every 12 months? There's other products out there which you don't have to apply every 12 months. You just apply and forget. But then I'm thinking, well, actually, this gives me the opportunity to check underneath the chassis for any, parts that are going wrong, any rusty spots or whatever. So it's just going to be, for me anyway, it's going to be part of my maintenance really, just to give it the once over. Now of course, yeah, they got the MOT, but this gives me some time to sort that out if there is a problem. So totally recommend your Lanoguard. Very easy to apply, and you don't need all the PPE and all the other environmental problems that you have with other products, Dunitrol. So I think it's looking pretty good under there. Now, if you want to check out the video that I did when I was preparing and put the Lanoguard on, then I'll leave that here. And if you want to check out Lanoguard yourself, I'll leave a link in the video description so you can get a discount code for your purchase. So, thank you very much for watching. So if it's helped you, then give us a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing. Until then, bye-bye.